Okay, so WrestleMania definitely happened. At the time of this recording, WrestleMania was technically the last 2 nights, and it was a lot of commercials, but I'm not going to get into that. Let's talk about next year's WrestleMania, because that's what tonight's Raw is about, the Raw after Mania. Typically, it's supposed to be the best Raw of the year, or the most chaotic, depending on where you stand. They're already jetting towards WrestleMania 43 next year, which is supposed to take place in Saudi Arabia. The current political climate notwithstanding, it should still take place in Riyadh, assuming it's going to be safe by that point. We'll see about that. That said, this is not about WrestleMania 43. This is about AEW and Revolution 2027. I guess technically Dynasty could replace... Well, they could do Dynasty in place of Revolution in March and push Revolution into April. See about that. That said, Tony Khan, it is very heavily rumored that they are considering some special things to do, given that WrestleMania will be in Saudi Arabia, to do in the US after all. So, what are some things that AEW can take advantage of to really make Revolution feel like a massive show next year? Well, I have a few ideas. Not all of them are wrestling related, but bear with me on this. First things first, coordinate with other promotions like Progress, FSW, NTP, besides CMLL and New Japan Pro Wrestling and Stardom. They already have all these other relationships with these other promotions. Coordinate with all of them to make this weekend feel special. Pick a city, and we'll get to that later. Pick a city with a good-sized convention center that can host multiple wrestling events that weekend. Make it feel like a massive show. Use those other smaller promotions as well to feel like build up to the crescendo that would happen on, let's say, Sunday evening. That would be Revolution 2027. I think that could work. That's a good first step. Up next, also coordinate with the Starrcade convention. I think it's ran by Conrad Thompson, if I'm not mistaken. Again, this would make the weekend feel huge. Having the whole week, having a wrestling convention, having multiple wrestlers go out there, including legends as well, doing media, doing interviews, take over an entire city with wrestling, because I severely doubt they're going to get 70,000 Americans to fly all the way to Saudi Arabia. But if AEW books the right show, they could get 20, 30,000 people into the right city. But again, we'll get to that momentarily. Up next, Mick Foley as a ref. I could see it happening. Maybe in the main event, maybe one of the other matches. Getting him involved as well. He's been very vocal about wanting to leave WWE once his current Legends contract is expired, which I want to say it will be by that time. Having him as a special guest referee might be fun. Let's see. Also, apparently, Swerve Strickland likes him, so that could work too. Up next, start time that goes against NXT and TNA. Maybe. We'll see about that. So, as of right now, Slammiversary is set to take place against AEW Forbidden Door, and I can only imagine which one of them is going to get stomped. Newsflash, it's not the one with the massive cross promotion. Now, that said, I can see if WWE is going to be operating Saudi Arabia, I can definitely see them trying to send NXT and TNA against AEW and whatever Revolution show they're going to be hosting that weekend at WrestleMania. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't put it past WWE to try something like that. That said, maybe lean into it. Maybe just AEW, do your own thing at your own time. Don't give a shit about what the other promotions are doing, and do your own thing. I think that could work. Y2J's retirement. Now look, Chris Jericho recently returned. I don't hate that he's back. I like this match against Ricochet. I hope he continues on. That said, if he's on the retirement route, if that's Jericho's end goal is to retire maybe next year, maybe doing it at a Revolution 2027 is not the worst idea. Maybe they can do it in Canada, and we'll get to that later, but maybe they can do it in Canada. A way to capitalize on Jericho's retirement. I'm not suggesting he should go for the world title, but I do think if he's on his way out, that will definitely shift some tickets. He needs to give Tony Khan some notice, though, so he can really plan a good storyline around it, which he might be doing right now as we speak. Also, maybe doing this show about, 6 months before, or not 6 months, it would be around, 5 months? 4 or 5 months before All In. Maybe it'll help make Revolution the SummerSlam to All In's WrestleMania. I hope that kind of makes sense on that. Just to help build up this show even further. This past, month ago, Revolution sold, I want to say, over 12,000 tickets. Granted, Double or Nothing is on pace to probably beat that, but maybe don't move Double or Nothing. I don't know, that's a bit of a debate there. Someone else can figure that part out. Up next, we're to host. Hear me out here. Maybe a soccer stadium, not an MLB stadium. I think All In Texas was a success. 27,000 people. It looked great. It sounded amazing. It felt like the biggest show of the year. That said, I don't think AEW is big enough yet to do an NFL stadium. No offense. It's just the optics there wouldn't look good, I think. Now, what they can fill probably is a soccer stadium. Now, here are a few cities. All of these cities have soccer stadiums that fit somewhere between 20 to 27,000 people. We have my personal favorite, Audi Field in DC. Personally, I'm a fan of the DC Defenders in the UFL. Maybe go watch them. They're awesome. But yeah, I think Audi Field could work. Again, they hold about 20,000 people. So 22,000 in the stadium show, that could work, along with all the other wrestling fans that may show up. Imagine a sellout. That could be fun. Another option is BMA Stadium in Los Angeles. Now, the only reason I'm hesitant on that one is because of the whole old school concept of killing the territory. They already ran LA twice for Revolution. Granted, the second time actually sold more tickets, but I don't know about running LA for Revolution 2027, especially if it's going to be a stadium show. But I digress. NU Stadium in Miami. Again, another solid soccer stadium. If they prep the show properly, that could work. Or Inter & Co. in Orlando. That could work as well. Do not do the Jacksonville Jaguars Stadium. I know this is going to be under construction, but regardless, avoid that at all costs. And maybe not Camping World Stadium either. I'm just saying. Also, last for a suggested location, and this one might be a little controversial, maybe Madison Square Garden. There's something about AEW taking over Madison Square Garden on the same day that WrestleMania takes place in Saudi Arabia. There's something poetic about that. Could they pull it off? I think they could. I could see WWE trying to run interference and force them off and tell Madison Square Garden, don't do that. I could see that happening. But imagine AEW running a show the same day of WrestleMania in MSG. That, to quote someone else, that's like pissing in their cornflakes. That is something. Now, that said, what are some matches we could expect? Bear in mind, this is nearly a year away, but off the top of my head, maybe Ospreay versus MJF again. Hangman versus Strickland, that's their like Austin Rock feud. They could go back to that. Assuming she's healthy, maybe Toni Storm returns for the title, maybe against Mina Shirakawa. Go watch my video on who attacked Toni. Spoiler, I think it should be Mina. Maybe a celebrity tag match. Like, I understand, especially with Jelly Roll and Pat McAfee screwing over the main event of WrestleMania Night 1. I get it. Maybe don't include celebrities a lot, but I think Tony Khan can do it the right way to where, hey, they're in a tag match, they get 10 minutes, and that's about it. Kind of the same way he's been using AJ Boom to really like shift tickets and to shift pay-per-view purchases. I don't think that's a bad idea. Maybe that. Also, maybe like a ladder match for the TNT Championship, maybe like a six-pack challenge, that can work. Also, just throwing this one out there, maybe Bayley debuts as Rosa Martinez to help Mercedes Moné. After all, they are real-life best friends. That could work. By that point, I'm sure her contract will be out, and a big debut at a big show like this might be in the works. Or maybe this could be her first match. Maybe it's Rosa Martinez and Mercedes Moné taking on whomever for the Women's Tag Team Championships. That could work as well. Just have to see and find out. That's it. Just a quick little video just to talk about Revolution next year and what maybe we can expect. Will Ospreay has also expressed that he thinks maybe they should do like a convention and really get other promotions in place to make this a big deal, which I do think they can. That said, what do you think about Revolution next year? What do you hope that they do or bring? Let us know down below and catch you all next time. We'll see everybody.